on the road again. Sing it with me, Trick. I can't wait to get on the road again.
What did I say about singing?
Well, can I whistle?
No.
This time around, I'm gonna do Siege number 3. So far, Norman Osborn declared war on Asgard, and everything became chaos on the war. Before that, in Dark Avengers, it was established who Norman Osborn's secret weapon was, which was actually the Void inside Sentry. On the last issue, on issue 2, there is a pretty horrific, gruesome death of a Dark Avenger. So, pretty much that's the important things you need to know for this issue. This time around, the good guys, the real good guys, as in the real Avengers, come and help the Asgardians on the war. So, pretty much when they come over, the battlefield is tied. During the story, the Hood's gang comes over and it's not tied. Then a character comes back, and I'm not going to tell you who it is, but it was a character that everybody's expecting, so there's no big shock there. During the battle, you see Hawkeye versus Roran, and then the two Miss Marvels, or rather, Miss Marvel versus Moonstone, during the whole war, and then there's this guy with the power of 1,000 exploding suns who faces Thor. In this issue, we finally get to see the fall of Osborn, and there is something that happens to Asgard and the Sentry. So, yeah. A lot of things happened in the issue, but it was so well organized that it didn't seem like it was so cramped. But it wasn't. It was actually, I was surprised that it was very good. And if I were to solely base my rating on the art, I would give it a 5 out of 5 because the art was gorgeous. It was beautiful, but obviously I have to rate it on story too. So, if you remember, if you've been reading Dark of Avengers, there was a moment when Osborn didn't want to show his face, so during the whole issue you would see Osborn wearing his Iron Patriot suit during the whole issue, and he was actually asked about that. Now, this issue explains it. And to be honest, when I was reading Dark Avengers, I had a hypothesis of what would be the reason, and apparently after reading Siege number 3, my hypothesis is right. So for me, it wasn't a big shocker. Maybe for you, and if you read it, and when you read it, you'll see it weirds you out. Seriously, just seeing how it's drawn. Now, when whatever I am talking about happens in this issue, it happens and it's being televised. And I had this little problem about that part because it's being televised and you immediately have a scene with the X-Men watching it and Wolverine saying, "Told ya." And then the next panel is the Fantastic Four watching it and Johnny Storm saying, "Told ya." Now, it's not the phrase which I had the problem with. It was basically because I'm reading this whole thing and then these two panels come up and I go, wait, why aren't the Fantastic Four and the X-Men helping out? If you think about it, the X-Men are all the way in Utopia, which is next to San Francisco, which is on the other side of the United States. But the Fantastic Four come from the same place where the Avengers were. At the end of this issue, there is, on all the Siege books, there's been an end recorded transmission. This time around, there is a transmission from Mariah Hill to the White House telling them they need backup. During that transmission, Mariah Hill tells them, call the X-Men, call the Fantastic Four. We need reinforcement. So maybe My little problem with the X-Men and the Fantastic Four watching television might be resolved in the 4th issue. Maybe. I guess I would give this a 4 out of 5. It was a very good story, but it was just not Tony Tiger good. You know, great.